every single town hall in the game. I'm going to be going over the experience that every player has at every single town hall level through the eyes of a rusher, of course. There's the good, the bad, the... Why are you here? Go away. Now we're going to be going through a ton of town halls except for town hall 2. So let's go ahead and get started before some of you turn into Jeremiah and go away forever. Starting off our list at number 15, we have town hall 6. Not only is town hall 6 a grueling experience in the modern game due to awkward upgrade times, but there's nothing really notable or memorable about this town hall. There is the classic giant healer wizard combination, and that itself is pretty fun, but beyond that, it's kind of boring. Also, why are the walls pink? I mean, it adds a little bit of mysticism to the town hall, but other than that, it doesn't really make sense. I don't know, this town hall is staying at number 15. By the way, if you guys do want me to do a wall ranking video, let me know. Doing marginally better at number 14, we have town hall 4. Now, I wouldn't say that I hate town hall 4. I mean, the upgrade times are better, but that's about it. Let's be honest, a lot of the early town halls are just a chore to get through, and you're just going to be spamming a ton of your upgrades so that you can get to the higher town hall levels and have the cool laser tower. With that being said, a lot of the early town halls are going to be heavily biased towards the bottom of the list. Oh wait, I just remembered, town hall 4 is when you actually go ahead and unlock the builder base. There we go. Next up at number 13, we have Town Hall 3. This is the town hall where you first begin to actually start playing the game. After a 30-minute tutorial, you can finally go ahead and max out the town hall by yourself. Oh wait, it only takes 30 minutes to do so at Town Hall 3. Now you see why it's this low. Moving on. Coming in at number 12, we have what some of you might have guessed, Town Hall 5. Town Hall 5 is interesting because it adds spells to the game, and this is a brand new mechanic that is not only fun and interesting, but adds a strategic component to your attacks. But we all know it was because of the lightning spell. I mean, back in the day, you just zap opponents' resources before that got nerfed, so that was a good time. Nowadays, Town Hall 5 is super limited and is basically just a roadblock for you to get to the next levels of the game, so because of that, the experience isn't as good. Moving on to number 11, we have what is not only a personal favorite, but is also a big turning point for a lot of players in the game, and that is Town Hall 7. Town Hall 7 is where you unlock your first hero, which is not only a reusable troop that is in the game that is also super strong, but is one of the cornerstones of modern Clash of Clans. You also can't forget the important introduction to Dark Elixir troops, the edgier and sometimes even more effective version of troops that you can get in the game. Not to mention, you unlock your first flying troop in the Dragon. Sorry, balloons, you don't count because you float, and you also don't look as cool as the Dragon. I mean, come on, let's be honest. And I do have to say that personally, the Dragon is one of the most nostalgic troops for me in the game. You still see Dragons at higher level play today, which just shows you how good they are. And with all of that, Town Hall 7 is one of the best early game town halls, and it especially has an important place in my heart. Now, a lot of you guys might be surprised at the number 10 pick, but honestly, I'm going to say it, I think it's Town Hall 16. Now, the reason the reason Town Hall 16 is so far down the list is because of many things. Almost every town hall has some type of unique defense or troop or something that really makes it stand out and makes it a little bit more memorable. Town Hall 16, however, is a little bit different. Instead of getting a totally new defense, you're going to get an archer tower, but bigger. And you're also going to get a cannon that is, oh, wait for it, it's also bigger. There really isn't anything memorable about this town hall in my opinion, and on top of this, with the recent time reductions that we've gotten, you actually get terrible magic item value at Town Hall 16 as well. So now, not only is Town Hall 16 this non-memorable town hall, but it's something that you just want to get to the end to so you can screenshot it and then just move on to Town Hall 17 where you're actually getting efficient value. Also, the color scheme for this town hall looks like the organic version of Town Hall 14. And speaking of Town Hall 14, it's going to be our next entry on the list at number 9. Now, Town Hall 14 is particularly special to me because I was playing through this town hall when I was starting my content creator journey. And Town Hall 14 is cool, I mean, don't get me wrong, but it still suffers from some of the same downsides as Town Hall 16. First of all, I love builders. I mean, they're great, right? But we gotta let them do what they do best and not make them and do other things that they're not meant to do. The builder huts were a cool idea, and yes, they did have some impact on defense, but they just didn't have as much aura as some of the other Town Hall defenses. On top of this, we literally waited a year and a half for Town Hall 14 to come out, and the air meta was so strong that by the end of that year and a half, we were just completely bored. I think it's because we've been waiting for Clan Capital to come out during that time, and I mean, that's going well. Regardless, Town Hall 14 was fun to play, and yes, it did add pets to the game, which was pretty fresh, but it got old a little bit quickly. At number 8, we have Town Hall 15. Now, Town Hall 15's release gave us some pretty strong pets, which was really awesome, but it also gave us one of the most menacing defenses we've seen in years, and that is the Monolith. Now, there's a lot of people who don't like the Monolith because how it looks out of place compared to the other defenses. But look, looks aside, this thing is an absolute menace on defense, and it's something you definitely have to keep an eye out for. On top of this, the theme for Town Hall 15 was rather strong, and I think everything looked pretty good. So why did I put Town Hall 15 at number 8? It's because of this thing right here, man. These things just ruined the experience for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Do you know how hard it is to deal with defenses that somehow out of nowhere just start doing extra damage, and then maybe they disappear for a little bit just to come back a little bit later and start doing more damage again? There's nothing like Town Hall 15 in its heyday to humble the most dedicated players, and despite the groundbreaking difficulty levels that we saw at Town Hall 15, it did have some awesome qualities, and it was a fun Town Hall to play for the most part. I just don't think I could rank it any higher. Now it's time for the better half of the list, starting at the latest and the greatest, Town Hall 17. Now, Town Hall 17 has a lot of things going for it. The theme for the Town Hall 17 is really nice, and the designs are solid. You get a brand new pet and 3 new defenses in the Fire Spitter, the multi-archer tower, as well as the crafted defense. But again, you know, we're just gonna put like stronger archers instead of more archers this time in the archer tower and release it, but whatever. The craftable defense, where you get multiple defenses throughout an entire season and then they reset, seems like a cool idea, but we'll see. So the question is, why is Town Hall 17 not rating higher when it checks all of these boxes? And the answer is because honestly, what is even going on in this game anymore? Call it a skill issue, but this game has gotten so complex with so many moving parts that it's hard to base your attack on anything anymore. Plus, it's become stressful for casual players who just want to enjoy the game. The game is constantly shifting, and I think that is a good idea for viewers and especially for some players who are really invested in the game, but I can't help but feel that the overload with the brand new equipment and the brand new defenses and the temporary defenses that you can't keep anymore and things like that, it just becomes overwhelming. And also because Town Hall 17 is missing something that makes all the other Town Halls feel so much more special, but a little bit more on that later. Now, moving forward to number 6, we have a Town Hall that is near and dear to a lot of players' hearts, and of course I'm talking about Town Hall 8. Town Hall 8 is iconic for a few reasons. You finally get to unlock golems, which were a literal key for many armies back in the day. On top of this, like, Town Hall 8 was just fun. It's just hard to describe. This is the Town Hall where everything just starts to make sense. You can experiment with different armies and still be able to 3-star. I really like this Town Hall, not only because of my memories back in the day, but also when I'm rushing through it now, I kind of feel those memories from back then as well. Town Hall 8's only flaw is the lack of a signature defense, but even without it, honestly, it's a great experience, and that's why it's rating so high. And now we're breaking into the top 5 with Town Hall 10. For the longest time, Town Hall 10 was the maximum Town Hall level in the game, and to this day, honestly, Town Hall 10 has some of the best designs in the game in my opinion. Its signature defense is one of the most classical mechanics in the game in the Inferno Tower. On top of this, it is just one of the most menacing defenses in the game, especially during its prime. Yes, it could completely lock onto one of your heroes or the golems and shred it, or it could just just go ham on a bunch of witch skeletons. I mean, whatever you needed, this defense did it, and it looked really cool doing it as well. On top of this, Town Hall 10's balance was really perfect. It was rewarding but challenging, and overall I don't have many negative things to say about Town Hall 10. Now coming in at number 4, we have Town Hall 9. Now Town Hall 9 is special because it gave you access to some troops that for a long time in the game were considered the best. And of course, those troops are the Lava Hound and the Witch. The Lava Hound gave you access to Lalo, and honestly, Lalo might be one of the most infamous, if not the most infamous attack in the game. Anybody who's played this game has heard of it. I can't tell you how excited I was to first unlock the Witch. I mean, not only was the Witch strong at Town Hall 9, but it was also strong at Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11, Town Hall 12. I mean, this thing was a firecracker for a ton of Town Halls. But I think the thing that really stood out to me was the balance at Town Hall 9. It was really fun to play a variety of attack strategies. It wasn't just 1 or 2 or 3. You could really try a ton of attack strategies and have a very good time with it. I think that was really important for the Town Hall experience. And the signature defense was the Expo, and yes, that's not as menacing as some of the other ones, but it is still a signature defense, and it is a very important one. Very good experience, would highly recommend for all players. Getting into the top 3, we have Town Hall 11. When Town Hall 11 was released, I remember coming home from school and watching Galadon's video about, what was being released at Town Hall 11. I just completely had my mind blown. The Eagle Artillery is one of the most iconic defenses in Clash of Clans, with literally the most aura, from its range to the damage that it has to just the sounds and how it looks as a defense. But it wasn't just the Eagle that made it look good. I mean, the art designs at Town Hall 11 were really good as well. When it comes to the walls and the Town Hall itself, everything really just came together. On top of this, it had a really iconic troop that is equally loved and hated in the community, and of course I'm talking about the Electro Dragon. And as you guys can tell, similar to other Town Hall levels that are higher on this list, the experience playing at Town Hall 11 was extremely fresh as well. And oh, of course, I can't forget, you get introduced to the Grand Warden, and especially before the era of equipment, this was one of the biggest power spikes you got because of the Eternal Tome. So Town Hall 11 was not only iconic because of the way it was presented and the content that it had, but it also gave the player a stepping stone to get to higher level attacks and just a higher level of strategy in the game. Now moving on to our number 2 Town Hall, we have Town Hall 13. Now Town Hall 13 had an extremely menacing signature defense. I mean, let's keep it real here, the scatter shot scares me to this day. Not only is this defense just visibly destructive, but it will completely wipe out entire strategies. Things like witches were just hard to use after this defense came out. On top of this, Town Hall 13 had the meta of using one of my most favorite attack strategies ever, and that is the Queen Charge Hybrid. Hybrid was not only just a meta attack at Town Hall 13, but it was just really rewarding. You had to work on it and you had to get your pathing right for it to actually work out for you. In fact, for those of you who don't know, or those of you who didn't see it, my first video on the channel is actually an attack of me doing Queen Charge Hybrid during CWL and completely failing. The color scheme for Town Hall 13 wasn't something that was completely unique, but it was consistent, and that was something that did help out in the aesthetics department. And of course, who could forget about the Royal Champion, who is literally one of the strongest heroes out of the box in the game. I think overall, Town Hall 13 was just a wonderful experience and is something that I cherish quite a bit. Now, before I get to the number 1 spot, we're just going to talk about some honorable mentions. Now, first off, we have Town Hall 2, and I didn't really rank this because it was literally part of the tutorial to skip it. Maybe I should actually like Town Hall 2 because the game makes you skip it, so as a rusher, it's not something I have to justify, but I just wanted to give it an honorable mention just in case. And another honorable mention to the builder base, because let's be honest, none of the builder base levels would even make it close to this list, so just yeah, there you go. Coming in at the number 1 spot, a lot of you will probably know by this point, it's Town Hall 12. Now, it took me a while to consider why Town Hall 12 was the number 1 spot for me, and honestly, I think it's just because the experience was immaculate. First off, the signature defense, yeah, sure, it wasn't the Eagle artillery, but it was something that you did need to watch out for because it could ruin your attacks. You get access to some really nice troops like the Yeti, which was used quite a bit throughout this town hall and is also used in Yeti blimps. And the game pretty much changed quite a bit in terms of attacking when we consider the fact that siege workshops were added when Town Hall 12 was released. Now I know it's hard to think about, but there was a time when siege workshops were actually not a thing and we just had to release clan castle troops just as they were. The theme for Town Hall 12 was a bit blue like some of the other town halls, but it did fit in quite well with itself. But the one thing that really defined Town Hall 12 in my opinion that made it really fun as a Clash of Clans town hall level was the versatility in the amount of attacks that you could use. I remember when the Clash of Clans World Championships first started, Town Hall 12 was the maximum town hall level, and I remember just watching these attacks and having my mind blown by simply the amount of different strategies that players could actually use. Nowadays, there might be, one or two meta attacks that are just used constantly over and over again. I'm not a pro. I don't know why this happens, so I'm not gonna pretend like I am one. But I remember the experience at Town Hall 12 was just iconic. The versatility, the experience, it was such a good time. Not only watching, but also executing these attacks in my game. It was just really fun. This town hall changed the game quite a bit, had decent aesthetics, had a decent signature defense, and had insane variability in the ways that you could attack. And because of that, I think it's the best town hall in Clash of Clans history. But that is all, and if you enjoy these types of ranking videos, then you should definitely check out this one right here, where I go ahead and rank all of the features of the recent June update in Clash of Clans and tell you which ones are the best for you as a player.